Lights, camera, action.
Front page headline.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Well, hey, my guest here today, many of you have seen her all across the globe and may know who she is. Some of you may not know who she is. She's always been a unique and creative as her name. You may have recently seen her in For Colored Girls, which was the directorial debut of Jasmine Guy with Robin Givens, along with Nicole Arias Parker of Soul Food. And you've seen it in Tyler Perry's hit stage play, I Know I've Been Changed, among Tyler Perry's House of Pain, One Tree Hill, and Lifetime's new hit series, Army Wives. And most of you may know her from the BET original series entitled Somebody. Please welcome, talk about it today, Nevaina Rhodes. Nevaina.
What's good?
Now, you are as crazy as they come. Many of us have seen you on the tube, on commercial, you on CNN, you on Ford. You got any work left for anybody else? You taking all the work.
You know what? You sound like some of the actors here in Atlanta. I tell them I book everything that's for me. So as long as it ain't for me, I ain't going to book it. I'll leave it right there for you to get it.
I hear that. Well, you're doing a lot of phenomenal things, man. I'm just so honored that we got you on the show today. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Mo. I just thank you for the privilege of being able to come on and talk about it. You know, dialogue is so important. The more that we can talk, the more that we can change and grow. So I'm excited to be here.
Well, thank you so much. So we talked about some of the compliments that you've had. I mean, you was in Tyler Perry's I Know I've Been Changed play. I've personally seen you on House of Pain. I haven't seen the episode of One Tree Hill, and I've seen you on Lifetime's Army Wives. And I used to love your character on Somebody's. You were playing it. What was that girl's name? Now, for y'all that don't know, Somebody's was on. How long ago was Somebody's on?
It was just last season.
Last season. And you played, what was the name of your character on Somebody?
My character's name was Iris, and she was the loudmouth next-door neighbor. I'm not talking too loud now, am I, Mo? You know I can tend to get a little excited, and that ghetto just come out of me every now and again.
You know, I've always said this. You do have some hood in you, so but we love that about you because you keep it real and keep the people engaged. But yeah, you played that character always coming next door to borrow my man's phone.
Yes. And I happened to see him. I saw him at an event, and he's really trying to get the series picked up with another network, possibly. Because I think, when we have black programming or African-American programming, we have to have allowances that help us to find our rhythm, get a heartbeat, get that ensemble energy going. And so you have to find a network that's going to be patient with you in that process. So I'm really hoping that he's able to find somebody's a home that's willing to help him pull all the pieces together. And I think it could be a really good show, really funny, and show a lot of different aspects of African-American collegiate and family life, because that's what the show was really about.
Wow, okay. And now, how did you get cast on that show? Because, I actually ran into the other young lady that played his girlfriend at an event not too long ago as well. And, how did you get cast on that show?
Right. Well, it was pretty much your traditional process, but oddly enough, I had come in to read for a different part than what I ended up playing. And the part that I read for was like a professor, a chancellor at the college. And he was real impressed with my skills and my resume. And so he basically called me in for Iris without even reading for it. And it was funny because when I got there, the makeup and wardrobe was like, well, how are we going to make her ghetto? And so then Scotty was like, well, she's going to do it with her skills. And so basically he took a real interest and leap of faith that I could do the character that was put before me and bring it to life. So I just hope that that's what I did with Iris.
Okay. And you did a fantastic job. Like I said, I really liked the show because it was an original show. And, we don't have too many of those coming out these days. Everybody's trying to do reality shows and
Yeah.
This show looking like this show and that show looking like that show. So, we need those types of programming in our community because, there's so much that we're lacking as African Americans that the rest of society has a privilege to. And, I just want us to really come together and create some positive programming,
Yeah, I agree with you. People want to look at the African American community as a monolithic community. We all are the same, and that's not true. Although we have a common ground between us as far as some cultural idiosyncrasies and things that we do as a people. You know how we do what we do, and this is how we do it. But at the same time, we have so many layers to us. There's so many different ways that you can show us. And when we can create our own avenues to do that, we can ensure that more of our stories are told. That was one of the exciting things about being involved in For Colored Girls. If you know anything about Ndisati Shange's piece, it was done almost 3 decades ago on Broadway, and it was one of the first times that the African American female's voice had been heard in an open forum. And so at that time, it had people up in arms. I mean, she got death threats. She was followed, and, they threatened to beat her up and all kinds of stuff. And a lot of that backlash came from her own community. But now we're at a place where we had this play. It was sold out every night. So many people were coming out saying, thank you for saying what this piece says. It needs to be heard. And back in the day when it was done, it was looked at as a male bashing kind of piece. The fellas were like, y'all giving us a hard way to go. But we actually, with our last performance, had a male talkback. And Boris Kojo was there, Michael Samanga was there also, and it was so satisfying to see black men come out and support black women and say, let's have a dialogue of how we can enrich our relationships, protect our family, take back our communities, and work together to solve the problems that we're putting on blast in plays like this, And so it was such a wonderful, wonderful experience. And shout out to all my colored girls. They were phenomenal. We had a sisterhood that was awesome. So exciting to be a part of that.
Well, that's good. And, I missed the play. I apologize to you. Now.
I know how you do. That's all right now. We're about to go on tour, hopefully, in a little bit here. That's the conversation that's on the table. So whatever city you may be in doing your dynamic things, you're going to have to come and see it when it's there.
I'm definitely going to have to come check it out. Now, I was reading here about you are also not just an actress, and for y'all that may not know who she is, her picture's on the website, so I'm sure when you see, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I just seen that girl in the, what's the name of that commercial? The insurance commercial that you